Hello, boys and girls. This is the course of Environmental Science, and I am G. Chakravorty from Department of Chemistry, welcoming you to this course of Environmental Science. Now, what you have done in these 23 lectures, I will not tell it right now. We will discuss that at the end when we will conclude the chapter and we will conclude this total course, right? Then we'll discuss about it. So, at this moment, we'll just discuss a little bit about noise pollution. We will recap what we have studied in noise pollution in the last lecture, and then we'll move into this particular lecture. Okay, so in the last lecture we have seen that what is basically noise, and we have come across the fact that noise is a relative term. It may happen that for me it is a noise, but for you it is a sound. Okay, so it is a relative term that varies from man to man. That's why we have introduced the dBA scale, and using dBA scale we can determine whether particular sound is noise or not. We have also seen that if two persons are sitting at a distance of 1 meter, then 65 dB sound is good, 100 dB sound is extreme, 135 is very painful, and 150 will take life. Okay, so it is not that easy. It's quite difficult. Okay, now we have also come across the fact that what are the different types of anthropogenic noise. We have seen that transport noise is there, occupational noise is there, neighborhood noise is there. Okay, and transport noise can further be divided into rail, road, and aircraft noise. Okay, so several things we have seen. Physiological effects also we have seen. Now let us see what we are having in this lecture. As you can see, this is the noise pollution, and we are watching lecture 2 of this noise pollution. Not lecture 2, it is rather part 2. It's lecture number 24. Now this particular lecture has several topics. As you people can see, large number of topics are present. This is what noise pollution we are having. Now let us have a quick summary of this total course that you people have studied for this semester. Sorry. See, environment is a big thing. Earth is our mother. Earth is nature. We should protect our mother, otherwise what will happen? She will be angry and we will all die because of some natural calamities that she will make happen, right? So first and foremost thing is that we should save Earth under any condition, right? From the very beginning I am telling this thing to you people that Earth is mother and we should save our mother under any condition. Whatever the conditions may be, we should save her. Now the question arises, without proper knowledge about environment, how we are going to save Earth? Because we are not knowing how Earth is being destroyed. We are not knowing what the problems of mankind are, what the problems of nature are. And see, if you are a doctor, without knowing the symptoms, you cannot give medicine. Similarly, without having proper knowledge of environment, you cannot say that yes, I'll save environment. So first, knowledge is important. In order to make this knowledge, what we people have done, we have introduced this particular topics and we are trying to teach this to you people. Now what we have seen here at the very beginning, we have seen that what nature gives us. Okay, what nature gives us, there is nothing but resources. Okay, and in spite of giving that, what type of resistances does nature occurs? What type of resistances does human activities occur? That we people have discussed. The natural calamities, flood, earthquake, landslide, we people have discussed in detail. Population growth study, demography, okay, everything we people have studied. After that, we have seen what type of beautiful flora and fauna exist on Earth. How we have seen that? We have seen that through the ecosystem part, okay? And this was followed by the different rules and regulations of environmental management, right? So in that particular module, there is general environment. We have a little bit idea that what type of animals are staying in the nature in the globe, what type of animals are staying in what ecosystem, and what are the resources, what we are getting, what we are giving in return. These things we people have seen. After that, whenever we have moved to air, see, air quality is very important because we breathe in air, and without good quality air, we all may suffer from breathing problems and eventually will die. Okay, so proper knowledge of air is also required, and we have definitely tried to have a proper knowledge of air because we have discussed about air. We have seen what the problems of air are, what are the pollutants, right, and what type of phenomena occur due to this particular thing, that also we people have clearly seen. Okay. So this was very important journey for us, that is the journey of air, and we have also seen how before letting the smoke out, how it is to be treated in the control part, right? We have seen that also. Now after air, again water is very important parameter for us, since we cannot live without water, but we cannot live in marine water also. So water is very important for us. I have given the example of life of pi in that particular part, that water and water is everywhere, but you cannot drink. It's a huge problem. Okay, huge problem. So similarly, in that particular module, we have come across very important and different diverse things, and those things included the different water quality parameters. Along with that, we have seen how water is to be tested, how water is to be treated, and how we should have proper knowledge about the water samples that we have. Now, this was not the end, because this was followed by land pollution, which is another very important topic. Why? Because we live on land. We live on land, and it is very important for us to keep the land safe for our living only. Right? Now, how we can do that? There are several waste, right, that are generated, which are basically called municipal solid waste or solid waste. Basically, if it is municipality, it is municipal solid waste, otherwise it is called solid waste, right? Now, how this waste can be treated and how this waste are disposed, how this waste are managed, that we people have seen, right? Disposal techniques we have done in brief detailed way, with advantages and disadvantages of each and every process, which is again very important for us. Right? After that, we have seen specialized, in a specialized way, we have seen what biomedical waste are, what chemical waste are, what radioactive waste are, and what hazardous waste are. So after this journey, I think we people can clearly take a sample and can predict that whether it is hazardous or not. Yes or no? We can do that, right? Because we have to check whether it is ignitability, corrosivity, toxicity, and reactivity are present there or not. If not, it is non-hazardous. If yes, then definitely it is hazardous. So we can do that, right? We have learned that we can do that. Okay. Similarly, we can see whether a waste is a chemical waste or not, or whether a waste is biomedical waste or not. We have also seen that how biomedical waste are to be treated. Suppose nowadays the coronavirus is a real problem. So if one PPE suit has been used by a patient or by a doctor who has just come across a corona patient, then that PPE suit, what needs to be done? It needs to be incinerated, it needs to be burned, so that the virus ultimately dies, right? This is very important. Okay. Now after these 4 modules, we have come across the noise, that is the last part of population, and last but not least, we people have seen in noise that what different aspects of noise are, what is noise intensity, what is noise pressure, what is noise level, what is threshold noise, what are the types of noise, right, and what will happen if you have a high dBA noise, and we have seen numericals also. So basically, we have tried our level best to cover up this whole thing that people are having, and we are trying to give a brief idea about environment, because ultimately we live in the environment, we live for the environment, right? Without environment, we cannot survive. Without environment, nothing is there. Okay. So we have to take an oath that it may happen that we are 60 years of age, it may happen that we are 6 years of age. Irrespective of age, irrespective of condition, our oath should be like this, that we should save nature under any condition. Okay. And see, don't think that it is not important for you, because it may happen that you are making a machine, a gadget, which actually releases large amount of smoke. Now you need to take care of this particular smoke so that it does not cause air pollution. Now without having proper idea of the smoke, what it contains, how it should be filtered, how it should be controlled, you cannot succeed in the work you are doing. Okay. So it is a basic need of an engineer, a medical practitioner, or any human being to know properly about environment, to have brief knowledge about environment. Okay, so we have tried our level best. Now it's up to you to study all the things, and in case of any problem, just drop a mail to my mailbox at head_scheme.jsc@gmail.com. I'm writing it out that this is my mail ID. Whenever you are facing any problem, just mail me out and we will sort it out. Okay, I'm writing my mail ID here. Yeah, this is my mail ID. So whenever, in case of any problem you are having in this subject or in any other subject at all, whatever is convenient for me, I'll help you, right? Just drop a mail or just call me and we'll discuss, we'll sort out with whatever problems we people are having. Okay, right? So nice meeting you people, and thank you so much for having a lot of patience for such a long time to listen to these 24 lectures. And it's a privilege to have these lectures with you people, right? So thank you so much. Be a good human being, save nature, save yourself. Be a great human being, be a great engineer, right? Okay, so with this, let us conclude the full and final lecture of environmental science, that is noise and its pollution, right? So this is G. Chakraborty from the Department of Chemistry. Over and out. Now you can see the earth is crying due to several noise that it is having. Okay. Basically, there are multiple aspects of noise pollution, but we should always remember that see, noise is basically a relative term, right? Noise pollution is basically a relative term because we have seen that whatever is your noise may be sound for other, or whatever for you is sound, it may be noise for others. So it is not like that that every time whoever or whatever you will speak, you will say your noise is, your sound is very high, so it has become noise. It's not like that. Okay. First, we need to see that how and why this particular thing happens. So then only we can conclude what should be done and what should not be done. Okay. This is the first thing. Second thing is that as this nature varies from human to human, so there must be some constant using which this particular thing will be explained. That constant is nothing but dBA scale. Okay, now dBA scale is decibel and can be used worldwide because it is applicable for all countries, right? Okay, that we have seen. Next, different types of noises are present. Transport noise, we have seen that yes, it is due to the transport that occurs and in our locality. Then there came the occupational noise, which is very, very important for the people who work in factories and all, right? They suffer from huge noise pollution, okay, and sometimes become deaf also due to this particular thing. Number 3 was the transport noise was there, occupational noise was there, and one more noise pattern was there, that is nothing but, let's see it, I forgot, neighborhood noise. Yeah, neighborhood noise will be there. So neighborhood noise is nothing but if somebody stays in your locality who actually has ruined your life to a large extent, that is called neighborhood noise. Okay, the problem in neighborhood occurs, that is called neighborhood noise. Any battle quarrel in the neighborhood, that is also neighborhood noise. Now this transport noise, we have seen it can be divided into 3 parts: rail, air and road, right? So that accordingly we can do, and we have seen that what measures we should take while we are controlling the noise pollution. There are several zones that are made, like schools ahead, hospitals ahead, and homes ahead, library ahead, where people are not supposed to make noise, right? So it is not that measures are not taken, different measures are taken, but the problem is that each and every measure that we take cannot be followed properly, right? That's why the problems occur. Okay, that whatever laws have been made, they're not followed to the complete extent. That's why problems occur, but we actually try to deal with the problems, and finally we eradicate the problems, right? So this is how it is. And basically, see, noise depends on us. If we control our own activities, noise pollution will be controlled, otherwise not, because noise is made not by nature but by human beings. Okay, so we have to control it out, then only noise pollution can be controlled, right? So anyway, this was the 23rd lecture that you people know, and in this lecture we have we have discussed about the details of noise along with the basic things that we have learned from our childhood, that what is noise. Okay, and we are not discussing about frequency and all because it is not relevant here. Rather, whatever things have to be discussed, that people have already discussed. Okay, so one more lecture to go in this particular module, and also in this particular topic, right, in particular course, because this was a 23rd lecture and we are having total 24 lectures, right? So stay tuned for the last lecture. Till then, just try to have a little noise. There's always saying, make some noise, make some noise. Whenever I do some program as an anchor, I always say make some noise, but make some noise is good unless and until it is creating problem for others, because it may happen that you are making noise and somebody is having heart attack. Okay, so it is good to save that person instead of making noise, right? Anyway, jokes apart, so this is what we are having for this particular lecture. So let us wait for the last and final lecture, that is part 2 of the noise pollution. Till then, thank you so much, and don't make loud noise, have some little bit noise, right? With that, let's end our lecture. We'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.